Warning, the following show will spoil the hell out of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire books and the TV show A Game of Thrones. Also, you're probably going to find a fuck ton of bad language. The explicit tag is there for a reason.
Death and boobies, 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 death and boobies.
Welcome back to the Ironwood Network Book Club. I'm your host, Maester Ironwood. Here with me from the quarantine zone is Septa Ironwood, as always.
I'm clean, I promise. I showered as soon as I got home. I didn't touch nobody.
Last week because you were elbow deep in COVID people today.
I was possible COVID people and didn't know I was COVID people till it was too late. So that was great! So there is absolutely me going nowhere for like 2 weeks.
And killing me, so that's good.
Well, you chose to stay with me and not go live with your mom for 3 months.
I couldn't because my grandparents are there, and I would kill my grandparents. And they are way more likely to die than I am from this, so...
No, I meant before the whole thing started.
Before the whole thing started, the whole thing was still going on.
Yes.
We just didn't know about it.
Right.
We're fucking morons.
Right.
Pretty sure people around here have had it for months.
Yeah.
They were just dying of pneumonia for months.
I was diagnosed with pneumonia, but they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me.
Yeah, well, you were diagnosed with pneumonia with a test that came back negative for pneumonia virus.
Yes.
Yeah. Most likely that means you had this shit.
Probably did.
You, my sister.
Yep.
Your parents.
Yeah, my dad took longer to recover than everyone else, though. He took like 6 weeks.
Well, older guy.
Yeah, he's like 60.
Yeah, so...
61. He'll be 62 this year.
Yeah, so it's extremely likely they've also had it.
Yeah, because Jacob was sick with the flu, but not the flu on Christmas.
Right.
So, because the flus came back negative, pneumonia came back negative.
Except they all had flu and pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And now we just happen to have a virus running rampant that causes those exact symptoms.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yep.
Alright, well, we're not going to talk about that. As cheery and exciting as 1 million plus cases worldwide is.
Well, I think we've mentioned quarantine and COVID every episode for the last 5 or 6 episodes.
Well, because I have to sit here in the house all day, every day.
You were doing that before the quarantine?
No, but at least I would walk down to the store and every day, and it's now it's God, putting my life at risk just to go into the stores. I don't know about that.
Yep.
Do I need a Mountain Dew that bad? That's a double whammy. The Mountain Dew will kill me, plus the COVID in the store will kill me.
Yeah, this will be a great way to quit drinking soda, I tell you.
Yeah.
We had a guy come in today, 3 days, no alcohol.
Wow.
Solid alcoholic.
Well, we have plenty of alcohol.
We had to send him out because he was having seizures from alcohol withdrawal. He was that bad.
Wow. Well, we have plenty of alcohol here.
Yeah, and I didn't drink much alcohol before this whole thing started.
I haven't even cracked open any of the wine that I picked out.
No, you've just been drinking out of your 2 12-packs of beer.
Yep.
So.
And some fuzzy noodles.
Yes.
Made the right way. With Southern Comfort.
Yeah.
Not with that shitty, weak-ass peach schnapps shit.
I can't do peach schnapps ever again.
No, it's crappy. That's why I use Southern Comfort.
I was so drunk. One night, I was drinking just straight-up shots of peach schnapps.
You just get a fucking sugar buzz doing that.
Well, that was after I had drank, but when I get really drunk like that, I want fruit, and I wanted peaches, and Danny kept giving me shots of peach schnapps, and I kept drinking it, and then complaining it wasn't real fruit. And not long after that, I moved in with the same people that let the whole thing happen.
And the show has reached a new low.
I'm so sorry.
I will be nice and mark that down.
Please.
Added 10 to 15 minutes time.
I'm sorry. I didn't do it on purpose.
All right.
I'm completely
We're not here to talk about us turning into alcoholics or me turning into fucking Jack from The Shining. All work and no play, Matt something crazy. We're not here to talk about any of that, although we probably should watch The Shining because we watched Contagion.
Isn't The Shining a Stephen King thing?
Yeah.
We watched The Stand, so.
We watched The Stand. I'm pulling all the fucking
He's getting me to watch
pandemic
him. Yeah.
shit. I kept talking about Captain Trips, and she had no idea what I was talking about. So I had to bust out The Stand and show it to her.
Yep.
And now I have the book for her to read, too.
I always like the books better. So
Well, me too. The Stand is like one of my favorite books ever, so.
Okay.
That is my classic Stephen King novel.
Okay.
Second one of his I ever read.
All right.
First one was The Dark Half.
So, we are talking about
What?
the Queenmaker.
The Queenmaker!
Yeah.
All right. Who's the Queenmaker?
Arianne.
Arianne, yes. Okay. All right, so before you give us a synopsis,
Yep.
I have a haiku.
Okay.
And you shall be queen at the end of our voyage. Fuck. Well, never mind.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. That sums it up. All right. Septa.
Yes.
What the hell happened in this chapter?
A whole lot of
Nothing.
nothing. And then something.
Yeah, a whole lot of nothing,
So-
and then the opposite of what was supposed to happen.
Yes. So it starts off in the middle of the desert in this old town that used to be a very popular town until the well ran dry.
Yes.
So Arianne and a couple of her men meet up there, share a fire, talk about some stuff, and then Eris Oakheart and Myrcella show up.
Yes.
They talk about how they got someone to pretend to be Eris, and then how Myrcella's cousin, a Lannister from Lannisport,
Yes.
is pretending to be Myrcella.
Yes.
With the chicken pox.
Yes.
So their plan is to kidnap Myrcella away and make her queen somewhere where Doran can't reach her.
Yes.
So they ride through the night and into like midday. And then they get to their boat, which it's the orphans. We'll have to talk about that.
Orphans of the Green Blood.
Yep. Where their boat's waiting and there's no orphans around.
Yep.
So they get closer and Hota and his men pop out of the boat.
Yes.
They're to demand everyone return with them.
And everyone but one person does.
Yes, Eris Oakheart feels for some reason that he can take Hota and all his men
By himself.
by himself and charges the boat on his horse with all these men with crossbows and stuff standing on a boat
Yep.
and dies.
Gets dissected by Areo Hota's axe.
Yeah. So he was really fucking stupid. Like,
Yep.
there was no way he was going to survive that.
Yeah, I don't.
So why commit suicide? But we will talk about that.
Okay. Alrighty then.
Did I do good?
Did good.
Did good.
Alright, so let's talk about who we got going on here.
7 people
Set
altogether.
out from Rivendell.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that was 13.
I think it was, whatever.
Just think about it. If there's 4 hobbits, there's no way there's only 3 other people. 9? No.
Sam. The other 2 shitty hobbits. Gandalf. Aragorn. And
Gimli?
then, and
Boromir.
I always forget Boromir because he fucking dies.
Yeah.
God damn it, Sean Bean.
9.
God damn it, Sean Bean.
9. I was like, 8's not right.
Yep, 9. Okay, 9. But anyway.
And Arianne thinks this is a good number of people, 7 people, because the less people are likely to tell.
Yeah, strong enough fighters that they can get by in a skirmish,
Yeah.
but not so much that they're drawing attention.
Right.
So Arianne is there.
Yeah.
Arianne has with her.
One of her friends.
Yep.
Her name is Spotted Silva.
Yep.
Something like that, because she's got freckles.
Yes.
They've been best friends growing up. Mm-hmm. Garen, who's her milk brother. Mm-hmm. Darkstar.
Yeah, so Gerald Dane.
Yep. I was going to say he's a Dane.
Yep, Gerald Dane.
And who's the other one?
Nobody cares. Red shirt.
A red shirt. Okay.
Red shirts. Yep. Most of these people are red shirts. They're not going to matter in the story.
I'm pretty sure Darkstar's not a red shirt.
Darkstar and Arianne are the 2 that matter here.
Yes.
Yes.
Other than Eris and...
Well, Eris Oakheart and
Myrcella.
Myrcella, obviously.
But they come later.
Right. No, might as well talk about them. And Eris Oakheart and Myrcella.
Yeah.
Because the whole plan is they are headed to one of the older castles of Dorne nearer to the 7 Kingdoms so that they can crown Myrcella
Yes.
as the queen of the realm.
Yes, I did study the map quite a bit. They are taking to Hellbolt is the plan. They're going to take a boat up Greenblood to Vaith, get off there, and then ride to Hellbolt.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
No, it is not.
No. All right. So A lot of what we get here is just a lot of riding through the desert
Yes.
and people talking.
But should we let's talk about who's here and why.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Arianne has decided Myrcella needs to be queen. Mm-hmm. Now, all of her other sisters, except for 2 of them, are locked up.
Cousins. Her cousins.
That's
The
right.
next to her cousins.
That's right. But she's not she is Doran's daughter.
Yeah, she is Doran's daughter.
Yes, that's right.
She is his eldest child.
Yes, that's right. So she brings with her best friend from when she was a child, her milk brother, who's a really good fighter, and another red shirt, and Darkstar,
Yeah, Gerald Dane. Yep.
who is cousin to Arthur Dane.
Yes.
So while Arthur Dane is the Sword of the Morning,
Well, I mean, he was.
the Sword of the Morning.
Now he's quote unquote dead.
Yeah. He is Darkstar,
Yep.
which is kind of like the polar opposite.
Right, so he says that he is of the night.
Yes.
Which makes me think, is he a bad guy?
I don't think he is.
You don't think so?
No. Right now, I don't think he is.
Okay.
But I don't know enough about Darkstar.
You don't get too much information.
Right.
Got mostly what you're going to get.
Oh, really? That's all we're going to get?
So
Anyone
far,
in
you're not going to get too much more.
Okay.
As of right now. Yeah. You're not going to get a whole heck of a lot more.
Okay, so you don't have a...
So you know he's a Dane.
Yes. He has purple eyes and silver hair.
Yep.
Much like, what's her name? Ashara did.
Yes. So here's how I pick, and I don't know why, but here's how I've always pictured Darkstar.
Okay.
Anybody out there who's played Final Fantasy VII?
I never have.
Okay. I'm going to pull up a picture
Okay.
on the computer to show Septa who I'm talking about. But anybody out there who's played that game, I've always, for some reason, pictured a Darkstar looking a hell of a lot like Sephiroth.
I don't even recognize that name.
People out there who play Final Fantasy VII will recognize the name.
Okay.
So I have always pictured him for some reason. I don't know why, but he reminds me of Sephiroth. Let me show you Sephiroth.
See, to me, the Danes have always made me think of the elves in Lord of the Rings. So that's how I've always kind of pictured them. Kind of like Eowyn. Yeah, that kind of goes with what I've imagined. With the pointy features and... Yeah, that kind of goes with what I was thinking.
That's how I picture Darkstar, is Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII.
I can see that.
Yep.
Because
Got the silvery hair and everything. Yep.
Yeah, because I always pictured them as more Legolas-like, and that looks like, yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, Sephiroth.
Yep. Okay, so at least we imagine it the same way, which is actually kind of funny. Yep. You and I picture it the same way. Mm-hmm. That's actually really kind of funny, because we've never talked about it before.
Yeah. So everybody out there, that's who I think he looks like. I think, in my mind, I always picture him as Sephiroth.
Okay.
Works for me.
Yeah. Works for me, too. I will not complain.
Now, okay, so this is some Maester's tinfoil.
Okay.
Coming at you, live and in person. I believe that Darkstar will steal Dawn from the Danes and take it with him and go north.
Doesn't he already have a...
No, because he is not a Sword of the Morning.
No, I didn't say he had Dawn, but doesn't he already have his own...
He has a sword.
Right, but it's not a named sword?
It's not Dawn.
It's not a name.
Dawn is the greatest sword in the realm.
Yes, but I always assumed he had a named sword.
He probably has every sword has a name.
Right.
But what he doesn't have is Dawn. Like, for instance, okay, so George was asked a question at a Comic-Con or something.
He gets asked a lot of questions.
Right. The question was, in their primes, who would have won a fight between Arthur Dane and
Darkstar.
No. The guy who was the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard before Jaime Lannister, who went and joined up with Daenerys. Barristan Selmy.
Yeah.
He was asked who would win in a fight between Barristan Selmy and Arthur Dane. He said that almost certainly Barristan Selmy, unless Arthur was using Dawn, in which case it wasn't even a contest.
It would have been Arthur Dane.
Yeah, and not even a contest. That's how powerful of a sword Dawn is. So he may have some sword that he's very fond of.
Right.
But it's not Dawn.
Right.
So I have a feeling he's going to steal Dawn. Because somebody has to bring Dawn into play.
Right.
Like, John as, like, a Dane is not going to, like...
Well, that would kind of be a
travel
black
all-
and white thing, because if he's of the dark of the night
Right.
and dawn is daylight,
Right.
then together they're gray. Like, you...
All the colors of truth.
Well, right, yeah. You get what I'm saying.
But, yeah, so I think that he will take out Dawn, steal it, because he is a good enough swordsman to be a Sword of the Morning.
Right, but if it's not meant for him, do you think
But he's not
the sort of
the
morning?
good of the quality of character
Right.
needed to be the Sword of the Morning.
So do you think it'll work for him, or it'll be like if you're like at Hogwarts using somebody else's wand and it backfires?
No, because we don't know if Dawn has... We don't know a whole lot about Dawn and whether it has the same properties as Valyrian Steel.
Right.
So Valyrian Steel is very picky about who and when it's used by.
Right,
and
which
what
is
they
why,
do with
in my
it.
opinion, some families who have a Valyrian steel sword, they just hang it on a wall because they're not... The sword won't let them use it.
We're not worthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really do think that's...
So you don't think Randall Tarley is worthy enough to use Heartsbane?
No.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. So, but... So
I
we
think
don't-
it's kind of like a sword in the stone kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, his father wasn't worthy to wield it, so it hung on the wall. So he hangs it on the wall because that's what his dad did.
Well,
And until someone down the line is worthy of it and does use it.
Well, just remember this. Ilan Payne used ice to decapitate Ned Stark.
Well, it was a sharp-ass sword.
Well, yes, it proved that he could use it.
Right, but I'm not saying it's not going to work every time. I'm just saying that, like, if Ned dying was part of this whole conspiracy, then Ned had to die by that sword.
So it was, the sword is not part of the conspiracy.
Kind of? Like, do you think that Littlefinger was, like, in Joffrey's head telling him that Ned had to die by being beheaded? Mm-hmm. And Littlefinger knew that Ilan Payne had ice on him.
Why would Littlefinger want...
He may or may not have known, like, the whole... I'm just trying to put this together in my head right now.
Then let's hold on to it before we get confused.
Okay.
Or before we confuse other people.
Okay.
So, back to Dawn.
Okay.
We don't know if Dawn has the same properties where, like, Jon Snow couldn't swing Longclaw when he was trying to kill that innocent guy. So we don't know if Dawn has those same properties that make it hard to use if you're not, doing it right. So it's entirely possible that he can just take Dawn and use it.
Right.
And have the most powerful sword in the realm.
Right.
I don't think he's going to finish the story with it.
No.
I think that belongs to our next Sword of the Morning.
Right.
Whose name is Jon Snow.
I agree.
John Dane.
Yes.
Whose name is John Dane.
His name would be a Stark.
His name would be
his
Jon
father's a
Stark. Yes. Jon Stark. We've already had a King Jon Stark of the North who built the Wolf's Den.
Right.
Which is also named Ned's
And
Flow.
you wouldn't name a bastard after someone who raised you. So.
Right. And the Wolf's Den is also called Ned's Flow backwards. Ned's Flow. Wolf's Den.
Where the hell did you come up with that?
Just flip the words.
So what's Ned's Flow?
I assume that that's Ned's seed.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Wolf's Den. Backwards. Because the mirror flips
You
it.
sure it's not Ned's Wolf? FLOWWOLF. Okay, I see it. But I don't know. I still think it needs to be Ned's Wolf.
Why would it be Ned's Wolf?
Because that makes sense to me somehow. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, anyway.
Okay.
So, who knows? So, yes, I believe that Jon will get Dawn as the next Sword of the Morning.
I do
The
too.
Dane most worthy of the sword.
Yes.
And he will use that to bring about the new dawn.
The end of the new long night.
The end of the long night and the new dawn. Yes. Absolutely. Which then it would make sense when Geraldine tells us that he is of the night. We know he's a good enough fighter to use dawn, so therefore him having dawn during the long night makes sense.
Right.
So.
And then passing it on when it's all over.
I don't know about passing it on. I think more like having it taken.
Gotcha.
So. Remember, Jon has a sword that could rival Dawn. He has Valyrian steel.
Right.
So it wouldn't be an unmatched fight.
Right.
So, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see, but yeah, so that's Dark Star.
Yep.
Like I said, I think he's going to take Dawn. and have more to do with our book in the next 2 books coming out.
But currently in this book, he's in the middle of the desert in Dorne, trying to get Myrcella to become queen.
Yeah, well, he doesn't care about that. He's just there because Arianne asked him to help.
Right.
That's why he's there. He's always looking for a fight. So.
Myrcella has no idea what's going on.
No, none.
Nope. She does well enough to listen to what Eris tells her to do. But it doesn't end well.
No. All right. So
he basically kidnaps her and takes her into the desert in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
All because his lady love told him to.
Right. And they meet up and they wander through the desert on a horse with no name. Or several horses with no name. It's true. I didn't get a name for any of the horses.
I think that's the title.
Horse with no name.
Wandering through the desert. Yeah.
That's a little too long.
No, it's not.
We could just call it Africa and see how people get it. Hashtag Africa. Or hashtag Toto.
Right.
But anyway, I'll go with horse with no name.
Okay.
Probably. But yeah, so they're wandering through the desert, and the only real exciting thing that happens, besides Darkstar, and him being introduced to our story, is that we run into problems as they reach the boats at the Greenblood River.
Yeah. So the plan is to ride to the Greensblood from Sunspear, or wherever they are in the desert. And then they're going to take a boat, an orphan's boat, up the Greenblood to Vaith, I think it was. Get off there, and then horse ride to Hellsfort or something like that. And crown her there.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about the orphans.
Yes.
The orphans of the Greenblood.
Yes.
What do you know about them?
Nothing.
Well, they told you all about them in the chapter.
Well, that's what I know.
They are the descendants of Nymeria.
Yes.
Who...
Well, they're not actually her children.
Right.
What
They're
happened
orphans.
was when she married in Dorne and settled, she burned all her ships to show her people that this was it. This is where they're staying.
10,000 ships.
Many people were not happy with it because they have spent their lives and their livelihood in ships. So they compromised. They took the remnants of the burned ships and they made little river boats.
Yep.
And
went to the Greenblood River.
Yep. And spent their lives and their descendants' lives and their descendants' lives living on the river.
Yep.
Was it called pole boats?
Yes.
Up and down the rivers.
Think Tom Sawyer.
Yes.
Same idea.
A little bigger.
Yeah, probably a little bit bigger than Tom Sawyer's, but...
And there are more rich orphans, and then there are less rich orphans.
Yeah,
because the more rich ones have more extravagant paintings on theirs.
Right, and they're not orphans.
Right. They're not actually orphans, but they're called the orphans because when Nymeria settled, she kind of abandoned her...
their ancestors.
Yes.
All right. So that's the other kind of big picture thing we have to talk about in this chapter.
Yep.
The last thing that happens is our fight.
Can you call that a fight?
Ares Oakheart did try to fight.
He committed seppuku.
He did not cut his own stomach open.
That's true. He let someone else do it.
So
he committed suicide.
So yes.
I don't know why he thought this was a good idea. 1 against 20?
Because so I will explain when we get to his death why he did it. Or why I think he did it.
Well, I know all about the look he gave Arianne before he charged at him. But he was thinking with his cock.
Not just that, no. Not even.
All right, so they get to the boat. The orphans are missing.
Yep. So
they call out to the orphans, and Hota and his men come out of the cabin.
Yes.
Not good.
Nope.
So Arianne's now pissed because somebody said something. And she thought she had a small enough group.
Of trusted people.
Yes. However, there are 2 people back at the castle you can't know are trustworthy.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
So everybody surrenders.
Except Eris Oakheart.
Except for Eris Oakheart.
Which she should be surrendering because Myrcella surrendered.
Right. Instead, he charges at Hota and his men.
On a horse with no name.
Yep. And Areo Hota cuts off his arm.
He caught 3 arrows before he even got to Hota.
Right. And then Areo Hota with his big, long battle axe cuts off his arm and then cuts off his head.
Yes.
So bye-bye Eris Oakheart.
End of chapter.
End of chapter. Here's why I think Eris Oakheart did this. There are several reasons why it would be bad for him to return. And he most likely would have been executed anyway. One, he basically neglected his duties to Myrcella.
By kidnapping her and taking her away?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Two, his relationship with Arianne. She manipulated him enough to get him to bring Myrcella. That's an indication that there's something going on there that shouldn't be. Not only is she a princess, but he's a Kingsguard.
Right.
So he's broken his vows.
Yes, and they know about it.
Right. So he's a dead man anyway
Right.
at this point. So it's a matter of how long and drawn out and painful he wants that death to be.
Right.
Just get it over with.
That's a very good point. I did not think about that.
Yeah, I think that's why you just get it over with.
Right, but that leaves Myrcella unprotected.
Indeed it does. Well, but remember, Cersei is sending down somebody else.
Right, but
Right now,
Myrcella doesn't know that.
Right, but right now she's under the protection of Areo Hota and his men. And therefore Doran's protection.
Right, but how secure is Doran's protection? Because...
Granted, but Balon Swan is on his way. Myrcella doesn't know that, but Cersei has sent him.
Right.
So, we'll see what happens.
Because where's Myrcella's going to be locked up at the Water Gardens now?
Wherever Doran has her taken.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens.
And then what, he locks up his daughter with the other... Or with the Sand Snakes?
Most likely. All right.
What's he do with the others? Darkstar and them.
Probably sends them on their way. Not too much you can do to a Dane.
Right.
They're a pretty powerful family.
Right.
So, you can't really do too much there.
Right.
Maybe the red shirts can get punished a little bit.
I would assume Silva would, considering she's best friend with Arianne.
Right. So, we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's the other chapter.
That is it.
We do need a title.
We have a title.
Horse with no name.
Yes.
All right, horse with no name it is. All right, Septa.
Yeah.
What is our next chapter for Tuesday?
It's our Arya.
Arya, indeed. Horseface with
Is
no
this
name.
like our second or our first Arya chapter?
Second one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the second one, her third one. She's made it to the House of Black and White.
Yes.
So, we'll see what happens from there.
Yes.
All right, so we'll be back on Tuesday with Arya. We'll see about this weekend getting Septa to read the Lovecraft short story that we talked about.
And
do a little
make that
breakdown
video
of that.
of that other guy from
And
the
make
Jamie
a video of the
chapter.
other guy, yes.
Yep.
I will crack the whip this weekend.
Yeah, I got 5 days off after tomorrow, guys, so...
She's going to be begging for things to do.
Yes.
So...
Give me homework!
Make her do that. We'll make her do that and get that out to you. Other than that, thank you everybody for supporting the show. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, guys.
If you want...
Thanks for supporting us in this trying time.
For everybody, yeah. As the world literally falls apart beneath our feet.
Yep.
All right. So, until we catch you guys again on Tuesday, goodbye.
Bye.